Hello everybody and welcome back to Farming Simulator 25. Just look at that sun shining through the trees on a very misty morning. So, I actually don't know where this episode is going to take us to. I have a vague idea, but I just don't know how far we're going to get. A few limitations, time and money, of course, the two big factors. So we do have the hay that needs to be baled, so we're going to get cracking with that straight away. I'll just grab a tractor. We'll probably use the voucher for this if it is available. Yes, it is. Yeah, I don't know about this colour. As I said a few episodes ago, I was going between blue and green, and I was leaning more towards blue, and then I suddenly thought, oh no, maybe I do like the green better. So I went with the green, but I'm actually starting to think, yeah, maybe I prefer the blue. I'm never happy. Right, so anyway, we're going to keep it as green for now, but if enough people say, oh yeah, they definitely prefer the blue, then we can change it. So let's get this attached to the baler. Yeah, we're still continuing with our small bales. It's the smallest round bales that you can possibly produce. We just can't afford a bigger baler at the moment, but things are going to change in the next year. Probably in the next 12 months, we'll be able to go for something a bit bigger. So yeah, this is hay, which we're going to be doing. We do already have quite a lot of silage in storage. The buffalo require more silage at the moment, so we're going to have to deliver some to them, although they could actually have hay or they could have TMR. Obviously I want to give them TMR. We might be able to do that today, we'll have to see. Ah, great. So that needs to be dragged across with a windrower at some point, because that is actually out of our boundary. Yep, that's outside of our boundary. Not a major issue, because we'll probably own that field one day anyway. Right, so we're going to do the hay first of all. Then we have the sunflowers to harvest. You can see right next to us here we do have the sunflowers. So that is going to be a job for this episode. I'm really hoping that a neighbouring farmer somewhere does have a contract for sunflowers. I just don't know. Yes, they do. Yes, Ben has got a contract for us. And it's not too far away, field number 36. So we can do that as well. So basically we're utilising the full time for the header rental. Actually, maybe I should do that whilst we're doing this. Sorry to just randomly leave off, but I think if we've got that going in the background, then we can soon move on to doing our own field. We don't have to wait around for it for too long, although we probably are still going to have to wait around for it for a bit. So yeah, let me just quickly jump into the Matthew Ferguson. I need to establish what we need. Actually, if I was to borrow the header, could I use it on my own land? Probably not. No, we'll just rent it. Oh, look. That's only 125 centimetres as well, so that wouldn't actually get us any further. Right, so yes, the combine. We need to get into combines, and we need to get into, well, either corner headers or special headers. Yeah, that is the special header, but that's probably a bit too big. It's 12 metres, in fact. That is a 12-metre header, and I don't know if we'll be able to run it. I very much doubt it, although I have been surprised before. So this is probably one we'd be leaning towards, although the case one is actually much cheaper, and it's the same working width. So we might as well go with that. I hope it fits. I think it does fit. I'm pretty sure they are pretty much universal in this game. So £2,700. Yes, it would have been cheaper than that to rent it for the mission, but I can't guarantee that we can also use the same header in our own field. So that's the issue with that. I need to have a good sort out. I need to bring the header trailer around. Mind out the way, Daggerwin. Careful, Daggerwin. Careful. Okay, contract accepted, and I think, yes, the more I look at this field, the more I regret not just renting, or not just borrowing the machinery that they have, and then just renting the header for our own field. Yes, I am going to regret this. Although, who knows, maybe it won't fill up that quickly. Let's just set up this, that should all be good. Is that really the most efficient way of doing that? I can't change the angle for the worker, but it seems like a very slow way of doing it. But anyway, go. Go, worker, go. We'll have to bring a trailer down here. I don't think it's going to fill up the combine super quickly, just because we've got weeds in here, and that's going to reduce the yield. The farmer has not been paying full attention to their crop. I've been making a big effort to make sure that all of our fields are sprayed and weed free. Right, so there we go. Yeah, filling up quite slowly. I guess we'll put the 8S on the trailer. I think I'll put the trailer back there somewhere, just out of the way. And we do have a fairly large trailer, not massive, but it's good enough. So on Mod Hub there is now a placeable free water silo, water tank. We do have our puddle over there, so we don't need to get it if we don't want to, but it would be tempting. It is definitely tempting to get it. £500 in-game, the price, not the price for the mod, no, it's free. Like all mods, which is just wonderful. But yes, it is definitely something to consider. I am tempted by it. We could just put it where the puddle is. So an upgrade we'll probably get in a few episodes' time. Yeah, so we're still trying to get lots and lots of buffalo milk. We currently have just over 1,000 litres. And it's quite significant. It doesn't sound like much, but that is actually over £10,000. So we'll just get it unloaded, and then we'll get back on with the baling. The baling won't take too long, and luckily we're going to be nearby. We're going to be over in that field there, so I'll be able to keep a very close eye on the combine. And yeah, that is the combine already empty. So it really is easy. Wonderful. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. I just don't know how far we are going to get today. But if we do get a long way, then we can potentially buy a TMR mixer, or we can start to put in the vineyard. I think my priority is to get a TMR mixer, but we are going to put the vineyard in here very soon. And yeah, I haven't checked the price for sunflowers. I don't know if it's better to sell them straight off the field today, or if I should just store them or put them in the oil mill. Could rent the oil mill, the big oil mill, and get them processed really quickly over there. I've just checked, and the price is actually very good for selling them straight off the field. So we could just do that if we want to. Depends how many we have. Or we could put them into oil mill, and the price for sunflower oil is about twice as much. But then it comes down to how much it actually requires in the production. Like if it requires 2 litres to produce 1 litre, like 2 litres of sunflowers to produce 1 litre of oil, then you might as well just sell them. Just sell them as they are. We'll see. I'll look into it. Actually, I should be able to get a good idea from our own oil mill, because it should tell us the ratio. Whilst we're very slowly going up this hill, very slowly, I can get into here, oil mill, sunflower oil. It is 2 to 1. It is indeed. So yeah, you probably would still profit more by producing the oil, but it takes a lot of time. And if we were to use the big oil mill, then it would be a cost as well. We'd have to rent it. So I think, as the price is good today, we'll just sell our sunflowers straight off the field. We are getting there, and the combine has started on the narrowest bit, so it is going to get progressively longer each pass that it takes, and well, hopefully it speeds up as well. Hopefully it just makes it faster. So because there's less time turning around, it is 41% done. That's probably incorporating the transportation as well, so that's quite good. Because we haven't actually delivered any yet to boost that number. But yeah, turning around is what seems to take an awfully long time for a worker. We're almost done here. I'm going to be very interested to see if we have produced more or less bales than silage. I'm inclined to think that we're producing less, and that could be because we have obviously less litres, because we don't have the moisture content with hay compared to silage. Or it might be the same. It just doesn't look the same. It looks, yeah, well, I don't know. Really hard to say. And of course this time we have also got bales, extra bales from the other field. Don't think I reset the counter. Whoops. No. We've not produced 99 today. In fact, yeah, that's really good timing. We're about to see bale 100 since I last reset it. Or will we not get bale 100? I hope we do. Should be just the right amount, I would say. That's incredible. Actually going to hit 100 bales with our last one. What were the chances of that? So 260 in total. Okay, here we go. Bale 100. Popping out the back. And there we have it. Right, so we'll just pick up the little bit of excess. There's really not much at all. And then we can get our grand total for today. There we go. Right, so into statistics. We have produced 23 today, and that is including the other field. So yes, that is much less than normal, and it was fully fertilised. So that proves that because we don't have the moisture content in the hay, it's not producing as many litres. Which actually means, because they are both 80% effectiveness, silage and hay are both 80%, you're better off just feeding silage to the water buffalo if you're not going to do TMR. Because you get more for your money, if you look at it that way, if you're buying them in. Right, okay. And it's less work. It's less work to do silage, because you don't have to tell it. Yeah, we'll go and take this back, then we're going to have to come back with the tractor and trailer to unload that combine. It's probably nowhere near full, but we need to get it done. And soon we will finally start looking into cement production. Somebody told me that we do actually have access to a small cement production, and then if you get the debris crusher as well, then you have basically an endless, unlimited supply of stone. So we could do that, because yeah, somebody said that there is a cement factory, a big one, integrated into the map, and you made me look. They said in the eastern area of the port, and I've been looking around, I just can't see it anywhere. I think you're pulling my leg. Either that, or I'm totally blind. So if I am incorrect here, from the dairy, please post down below whether it's north, south, well it's definitely not south, whether it's north, east or west of here. Because I've clicked on them all, and I cannot see a cement factory. So I think somebody's probably pulling my leg there. I was, however, very surprised by how many thumbs up that comment got though, and that's what made me believe that there is a cement factory, but I've never seen it. Okay, oh, 94%, goodness me. We need to get over there, fast. That's the other thing, I wonder how much excess sunflower seed will be ours from this contract. Oh yeah, and we also do have the the Deadwood contract to collect the money from. I still haven't done that. I better get it done. Right, okay. So... oh, it's going to get full, isn't it? It's going to be full. Oh, so close. There we go. Going to have to reverse. That's it. Okay. So hopefully it will just finish unloading and then continue. We are taking these sunflowers to Harbour Grain Elevator. So we know that area very well already. So really, this means that we've got to do some bale moving. And I haven't really got a rush to move the bales in the far field, but I do need to move them from this field. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them into the shed here. Where is my trailer anyway? Oh, it's over there. Yeah, I'm going to put them into the shed. And then I'm going to take some silage bales out of the shed and feed them to the water buffalo because I don't think we're going to be able to get a feed mixer yet. Unless we go and sell something first, which we could do. We do have things to sell. So we could get to £80,000 and then get the TMR mixer and make our first TMR mix. That is probably a good idea. We do have 3 kimchi pallets, so yeah, we've got something. Oh, we've got oil as well. We've got the canola oil. Okay, yep, so we'll do that and then we'll come back and we'll do the bale moving. Which means we're going to be purchasing the biggest mixer. Straight in for the biggest. I've not owned one yet, so this is going to be the first time. And there's no point going for something which isn't quite suitable, especially when buying new, because of that really rapid initial depreciation. The combine's almost full again, but we're almost at the temple, and we've already hit £80,000, so that instantly enables us to buy the biggest feed mixer. And it's not for nothing. It's definitely not for nothing, because water buffalo are a huge source of income for us, especially if we can get a massive amount of milk, because then we can get the big dairy and we can produce loads of mozzarella, which is worth a fortune. Actually, we must be really close to having our first mozzarella pallet spawn at our dairy. 35,000 for them, not bad at all. So yeah, well, I'm going to have to tab over to the other tractor because the combine is almost full. 82%, in fact, it's in the perfect position as well to unload. But yeah, what we can do is we can get that feed mixer transported back right now. Although what I could do is I could take this load first because it's probably going to be full. We do need to make sure we can keep up with the combine. I'm also very tempted to do some cotton contracts. I can see we've got a lot of cotton fields over there. Just don't know if we'll have time, that's the issue. There's always so much stuff to do. And of course I always prioritise our own land. Yep, quite a bit here. So I will get this taken to the port, and then I'll get the other tractor taken home. We'll put the trailer in the grass field over there, and well, we'll load it up, but also we'll come over here, we'll buy the feed mixer, and we'll transport that back, and then we can do our first feed mixer ever. In fact, it's the first feed mixer load ever in 25. I have not done one yet. I know, I can't believe it's been so many episodes, but I haven't. It's usually something I do quite early on, but yeah, I suppose because I am targeting the most expensive mixer, and I don't have any feed mixer mods, so there's nothing like cheap, and the smaller one isn't really worth getting because the biggest one is much bigger and it's only a bit more. And who knows, we might go for the £90,000 version, which is the extended capacity. The only thing which would stop me from doing that is if it can't actually fit in the shed. But I'm sure the shed has been designed to cater to the biggest feed mixer, otherwise it would be a bit silly. So, load number 1 of what is most likely going to be 2. So yes, the owner of that land is going to take all of these, quite rightly, as it is their land, but we will get a percentage of the second or last load. And you can see the progress is rocketing up, the progress bar, looking good. So what percentage complete will this be for transportation? I'm hoping about 60%. 69%! Fantastic, okay, let's get everything sorted out. Yeah, so as it turns out, I regret nothing. I'm pleased that I did rent the header for this field. It hasn't taken that long for the worker to do it, so it's all good. Just get the combine emptied, although we don't really need to because it's barely got anything left to do. We'll just make sure we've got enough space in there so we can finish. Yeah, it's just up and down a few more times. So there we go, we're back over at the store. Let's get into the animal category, and I need to buy it. Where is the animal category? Here it is. So, yes, this one here is the biggest trail one. Actually, I think it is the biggest overall. It's got a capacity of up to 45,000 litres. The self-propellant are 25 and 26,000, so yeah, this is the biggest. Let's go with... I think I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to go for 45,000 litres. I just think, as we're going for the biggest one already, let's just go for the biggest, like the biggest configuration ever. Especially as I know how quickly these water buffalo do get through their food. Now the outdoor pasture is actually empty as well, so we could get some more babies, and we could just do cows again. We could just put baby cows in there, because clearly the water buffalo that we have are doing fine. They're reproducing in the main enclosure, so I don't really need to buy more. I think we should just breed cows and then sell cows as they are. Anyway, yes, we are now available to to actually make a really high quality total mixed ration mix with straw, hay and silage. I'm looking forward to it. We'll just get this contract wrapped up, we'll get paid for that, and we'll get paid for the Deadwood mission, and then we can do it. It's finished its task, and I've just noticed there is silage additive, or some kind of additive that you can put into this, which we probably should do to pad it out, so I need to get a pallet of that ordered. Here we are back at the farm. So yes, it is mineral feed that we can add to that. I don't know how many it's going to need. Probably not much at all. I will get 2 pallets, but we might not need 2 pallets. I think it's going to take very little, actually. It's going to take very little indeed to actually do the mix. But yeah, look at that. All done. That is so good. I'm so pleased. I really need to park some of these vehicles because I'm just tabbing constantly. And also the combine needs fuel. But we do need to do our own field. There we go. We'll just switch the engine off for now. We'll go and take this to the port, and we'll see how much extra money we can get from tipping this load. Should be quite decent, I hope. I made the mistake of not coming back this way last time. I went on the one way, and I hate doing that because I always totally mess up. And it's quite a long one-way system, and if you do join it, you're gonna meet somebody. I met at least 2 vehicles, and then some oaf crashed into me after that, but there you go. I was the oaf, and then somebody else was the oaf. Okay, this is the part where we need to watch the money. Because it might be only £1,000, but still, even if it is just £1,000, that's still on top of the actual contract pay. So I think it'd be more like 2,000 or 3,000. Oh wow, 6,252. And now we can go into the contract menu. We can collect the money for the Deadwood. That's 1,350, and that farmland contract was 14,523, which means we're back up to £48,000 again, and we do not have a loan. I have fully repaid it. This is good news. Oh, look at the size of that mixer from over here. Huge. Absolutely huge. Yeah, so we'll deal with the combine soon. I'm just because they need to be fed. They need to be fed as a matter of urgency. The water buffalo that are actually producing milk currently do not have food. Well, they probably have meadow grass, but it's only 40%. So that's half what they were before, and they want to be 100. So let's just grab these bales. And I think I will be pretty much processing them all immediately in this mixer because it's so big, and these bales are only small. They're only 3,500 litres each, so it's going to take a lot to get to 45,000. But I will be padding it out as much as possible with straw, because straw is obviously extremely easy to get hold of. It is just the byproduct of harvesting a cereal crop, whereas with the hay, well, to make hay it takes quite a lot of different processes and also the silage, we're still actually going out there to cut it, to cut the grass. It's not just a byproduct of something else. We're not collecting grass seed at the same time. Although I wish you could. I'm amazed actually that we can't do grass seed. Although I said this before about peas. Yeah, I said I can't believe we can't do peas in this game, and now they can do peas, and now I'm moaning about something else. So no, yeah, it's very good. It's expanding all the time, but maybe that would be quite a fun little business venture to be able to do grass seed as well. Well, here we are at the Choose and Go, pulling into a fuel station with our combine harvester. Yeah, so we're going to have quite a big bill here. Ah, yes, the nozzle hub. It's a good place to go for people in my situation where we're almost out of fuel. And yes, I'm going to service the combine because we will lose yield if it's not well maintained. So we want to maximise yield. Okay, £517 spent at the nozzle hub. Let's go and stick the header back on, and yeah, we'll go and set the worker off in the sunflower field. Hopefully there'll be enough left for me to do a bit myself. There probably won't be, but yeah, we are going to be prioritising the feed mix because those water buffalo are not really, as I said, not super productive at the moment because of the situation they're in. Yeah, I definitely want to do a cotton contract. It would be so good. And I think it's going to be a good one for money making. Like, good money. But I can't say for sure. Because I've not done cotton yet in 25. And the fog is certainly atmospheric. It does look good. Oh, that was good timing. Swerve around there. Still indicating left. That must confuse everybody. And let's spend a fortune. Ugh. I really don't want to do this, but we have to. We have to do it. Where's my button? Oh, there's the button. It's somewhere here. There it is. Oh, it's not too bad. 4,767. Yeah, just got to do that, because otherwise we are literally throwing money. Well, we're not literally throwing it down the drain. That was probably the wrong choice of words, but we are throwing money down the drain. Okay. Oh, there's a cotton field right here. We could do this field as well. Wow. Yeah, definitely want to do that in the next episode. That really dense fog patch down here is really, really thick today. Oh, should I use a worker or should I just do it myself? I want to do it myself, but at the same time I need to do that. I really need to do that. I'll use a worker. There we go. Hopefully the worker can manage it. So, yes, here we go. I really don't know how much mineral feed they're going to take, but I expect very little indeed. And I think if you just drop the pallets in, it will take the whole lot and it will throw everything out of balance. Unless, of course, it's just, yeah, it will take it and it won't really affect much. It's just you'll be wasting it. Okay. Must be done this way then. Yep. Okay, well that doesn't mean it's everything that we need, but just because of what I've put in, that's really all it wants. We might put some more in a minute. So yeah, we've got one hay bale in. I'm going to put 3 in total, and see where we stand. Ouch. That was bad. That was very bad. Not used to such a high side. Okay, so that is how much. Still processing. That is 30%. Okay, so that might be all we need for hay then. That's amazing. Now, the hay bales, silage bales, and straw bales probably aren't the same amount of litres, even though it's done with the same baler. Yes, they're 4.5, and I think the silage is 3.5. That would also explain the thing I told you about earlier, where you get more silage. Looks like you get more litres packed into a hay bale. Yep, they're 3.5. So, in that case, then maybe it does go just as far. But as these are 3.5, we probably need to put 4 of these in and only 3 hay. But I must pad it out as much as I possibly can with straw. Straw is cheap. So those 3 can go in. It's going to be at least 1 full straw bale. It might be just 1. Let's get that one from the top. Yeah, because that's 5,000 in itself, so that must be all we need for straw. But that is still padding it out well. I'm going to be careful with this one, though. I'm not just going to drop it in. I need to watch. Oh, unless it doesn't let me. Oh, yeah, it does. Good. Need to watch the straw requirements. Looking very promising, actually. Yeah, very promising indeed. We can actually go more. Wow. That is good. Yeah, I don't know if it really makes a huge difference putting the mineral feed in. Maybe it's just an extra waste of money, but in real life, I'm sure it has a huge benefit. Maybe it does. Maybe it does have a big benefit here. So we're going to get that to the very top of the straw bar. Close enough. Can't go over. If I go over, then that's messed everything up. And how full are we? We are 66% full. So it might take the entire bale. Yeah, as we add more. Yep. I will just leave it nearby. Put another silage in. Probably should have put 2 of them in. Probably get 3 now. And that might do it. That might be our feed mix. Now, the water buffalo will probably take all of this. Or almost all of it. No, their capacity is 32, is it? I seem to remember. Was it 32? But there we go. That's those in there. Yeah, the mineral feed is at 0% again. So it'll probably take... I think it is. I do vaguely remember from 22. It is 1 full pallet. Oh. It's gone in. Is it actually processing it? Oh yeah, you got to press R. Okay, so it's processed it and it's still only 2%. Blimey. Goodness me. Well, 1 more hay. And if there's space, more mineral feed. Okay, it's 100%. So off we go. We got 2% mineral feed, and that was a full pallet. But now at least I know. I know pretty much what we need to do here. It seems to be about 4 hay bales, 5 silage bales, 1.5 straw. I could probably get away with doing 2 straw, and well, 1 mineral feed pallet does go to 2%, but it would actually take 2.5, I think. Okay, here we go. Total mixed ration for the first time ever. It's unloading on the wrong side. Let's try that again. There we go. You can actually see it unloading into the trough. And we still have 26% left. But for the first time, the water buffalo have got 100% effectiveness food. This is very, very good news. And yeah, look at their value. Because they didn't have food, their value is 690. It was 1,500. That's crazy. But that's going to change. That's going to change. Slurry, I'm fully aware of it being full. We are going to be dealing with that when we can. We need a slurry spreader, of course, for our land. So I can't do another feed mix yet. So we're going to finish off by dealing with the sunflowers. And there's a bit more for me to do. Hooray! So I do get to do a bit myself. I'm not going to process any of the sunflowers into oil. Like I said, you probably would profit, but it takes a lot of time. So I'm just going to sell them straight off because the price is already very good today. If the price was at its worst, I would process it for oil, because it just makes sense. But with the sunflowers almost done, and when they are done, that will totally free up this field, which means I can change the shape, and I can put in the vineyard. We're going to put the vineyard in down here. You see where the cultivated part is at the bottom? It's going to come up here. But to do this, of course, we need quite a bit of money. So maybe doing a cotton harvest, a cotton contract will bring in a big chunk for us. In January, we have a huge lump sum of money coming in from our greenhouses. Over £100,000 is expected. We also probably do have some other things as well. Well, we do. We've got lots of stuff to sell. So it's all going to change soon, but as with everything, it just takes a lot of work to get there. But we still have the big issue of the cement factory. Yes, if there is a small cement factory for 36,000, we could get that. Thing is, you do need a lot of rocks, and we do not have a lot of rocks. We can do contracts for them. Also, you can get them off the field stone, but it seems that the debris crusher is the best way of getting the stone. Okay. November is also the best month for selling eggs, and we've got 3 pallets so far, 4 pallets of eggs, and it's going to be over £4,000 a pallet, so that's not bad at all. That's what we're going to be doing with wheat from now on. We're going to be giving our wheat to the chickens. We need to buy a field with a cereal crop in, which we can feed to the hens, because that is going to be a very good use for it. Just a shame everything is so expensive. So expensive! Yeah, so that's different for 25. They keep the header much higher up, so we are only taking off the heads. In previous versions, the header is just down in its normal position, as if it was doing a cereal crop. And it would just take in the entire thing, but it would leave really tall stalks still. From first person view, you can see those heads feeding into there. But it's nice doing sunflowers. I've not done sunflowers for a long time, first time in 25. And the case header is fine on here. Definitely going to go for a class combine whenever we do upgrade. I'm not too sure when that's going to be, but that is what we'll go for. Probably a class Evian. I think that's it. Is that how you pronounce it? Class Evian? Evian? Yeah. Just very tempted by them. Also seems to be a good sized combine for our farm. Well, more so when we actually get more land, but it will be a good sized combine for our farm. And that is everything done with this header. So the header can be returned. I'll do that whilst it's unloading. And we'll head off to the best sell point for this. And we'll make a ton of money. Well, a ton. Yeah, I wish. Right, okay. Vehicles. There it is. Return. As for the price for sunflowers, we need to be up here. Sunflowers are here. We can get 2,296. Wow, at Harbour Grain Elevator. So yeah, that's down here again. So it is the same place. It's the place to be, clearly. Yeah, 2296. I always like to double check, just in case I read it wrong and I don't actually take it to the best place. But now we know. We know where this episode has brought us to. And we've achieved everything I could have ever dreamed of achieving today. Right, last big exciting part is to see how much money we've made. Always good when we know it's all for us. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. £19,708. Wonderful. Right, time to cool off. I'm going to plop into the sea. Whee! Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Oh, crikey, it's October. I didn't realise it was so cold. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.